Language is everywhere. From the songs we hear on the radio to the signs we see on storefronts, language has an effect on everyone's lives. Learning a foreign language is becoming more of an essential skill every day. According to the 2000 paper by the U.S. Census Bureau demographers Jennifer Ortman and Hiram B. Shin, the number of Spanish speakers is projected to rise through 2020 to anywhere between 39 million to 43 million, depending on the assumption one makes about immigration. Because of this, it is imperative that children begin to learn it at a younger age. Sadly, as reported in the May 10, 2015 edition of The Atlantic, each year as national budget priorities are determined, language education is losing out. Cuts have been made for funding for such instruction, including Title V grants and the Foreign Language Association program. And the number of language enrollments in higher education in the U.S. declined by more than 111,000 spots between 2009 and 2013, the first drop since 1995. I started taking Spanish when I was a freshman in high school and continued to study until now. I'm in advanced placement Spanish. And even though I've studied for this for a short amount of time, I can honestly say that Spanish has changed my life in more ways than I can count. And I also believe that Spanish education needs to be started early on because, like I said, even though I've just taken it for 4 years, I feel like I've only started to unveil what the Spanish language has to offer. Language is spreading, and it is spreading fast. With social media on the rise, you can talk to anyone from anywhere with just a click of a button. Travel is also becoming cheaper and faster, therefore more people from different backgrounds are capable to move around more efficiency. According to the June 12th, 2018 edition of World Atlas, a large influx of Hispanic people has made Spanish the second most widely spoken language within the country, and the number is ever growing as Spanish-speaking influences are unlikely to lose ground anytime soon. The population of people who speak foreign languages are increasing. It is important for us and future generations to begin learning multiple languages. Foreign language classes are essential in this journey. Foreign language is unlike any class you can take. When learning a foreign language, it is all the subjects combined. Reading, writing, speaking, listening, and identifying the different aspects of the culture all come together and produce a foreign language class. According to the Benefits of Second Language by Armstrong and Rogers, 1997, strong evidences show that time spent on foreign language study strongly reinforces the core subject areas of reading, English language, English literature, social studies, and math. Foreign language learners consistently outperform control groups in core subject areas in standardized tests and often significantly. Not only do foreign language classes allow students to excel in other subjects, but they also receive a certain global awareness that no other classes could provide. In the Benefits of Second Language, Curtin and Dalberg, 2004, wrote, "In an age of global interdependency and an increasingly multicultural and multi-ethnic society, early foreign language study gives children unique insight into other cultures and builds their culture competency skills in a way that no other discipline is able to do. The age of 10 is a crucial time in the development of attitudes towards nations and groups perceived as others, according to the research at Pilger, Lambert, and others. At age 10, children are in the process of moving from eco-ethnicity to reciprocity, and information received before age 10 is eagerly received. In all, studying a foreign language allows children to improve in all subjects and learn about the different cultures in the world. Also, becoming bilingual could mean more money in the future for people who decide to learn a foreign language. When you're applying for a job, which person is the employer most likely going to pick? A person who speaks one language or a person who speaks two? I know which one I would pick. It would be the person who would speak two. In the May 21st, 2018 article in the Washington Post, the insinuants underscore a key fact about modern American society. As of 2016, 35 million U.S. citizens over the age of 18, or more than 15% of the adult population, speak a language other than English at home, according to the U.S. Census. This many people speaking a different language other than English at home, this means that in a company's eyes, you will be able to communicate with more people, which will in turn make the company more money. Not only will your chances of being hired increase, but you will also be able to travel for that specific company or organization. According to the National Research Council in the 2007 on the benefits of second language, studying a foreign language helps students understand English better and improves their overall communication and problem-solving skills. Beyond the intellectual benefits, knowledge of a foreign language facilitates travel, enhances career opportunities, and enables one to learn more about different people and cultures. In conclusion, if you become bilingual, your career opportunities will expand due to your ability to communicate with a wider audience, and it will allow you to travel more, and you can experience the world easier than people who only speak one language. If the United States does not increase funding for foreign language classes, our country will fall behind. According to the July 13, 2015 edition of the Pew Research Center, in most European countries, students begin studying their first foreign language as a compulsory school subject between the ages of 6 and 9. According to a 2012 report from the Eurostat, the statistic arm of the European Commission, this varies by country and country. Sometimes within a country, with a German-speaking community of Belgium, one of the 3 federal communities of Belgium, starting its 3 years old on a foreign language. But parts of the United Kingdom waiting until age 11. I know whenever I was in elementary school, there were not any foreign language classes. It wasn't offered until you were in high school, and so when I was that little, I never even thought about foreign language. We never really had the funding. We never had a teacher. It wasn't a class at all. Many other regions in America have the same problem due to the lack of funding. If the United States wants to even begin to compete with other countries' education departments, it is essential for incorporating more foreign language into our studies at a younger age. For foreign education to increase, we need an increase in funding for programs. According to the January 16, 2012 edition of the U.S. News, the Department of Education program that funded $27 million worth of foreign language education grants, which was split by a mix of 55 charter schools, school districts, and states, was cut in the recent budget bill, leaving the future of foreign language classes in these schools in jeopardy. More funding needs to be granted so that the school districts can afford to instill a foreign language program in every school. In my opinion, every school, elementary through high school, should have at least 2 foreign language teachers on staff. This means that every student would have an equal opportunity to study the field if he or she wanted to. According to the benefits of the second language in 2003, 29% of public school principals in heavily minority school districts anticipated future decreases in instructional time for foreign language classes. African American, Hispanic, and American Indian students earn fewer credits in foreign language than their white peers. Increasing access to and enrollments in foreign language courses in elementary and secondary schools may not by themselves be sufficient to improve foreign language proficiency. The average high school student receives about 150 hours of foreign language instruction per year. Most countries have a foreign education requirement, but the U.S. does not. According to the July 23, 2015 edition of Pew Research Center, many states allow individual school districts to set language requirements for high school graduation, and primary schools have a very low rates of even offering foreign language coursework, like how my elementary school offered no foreign language classes. Some foreign language learning standards can be met by taking non-language classes. This is very bad news for the foreign language department. A way to combat this is to make every state have a mandatory number of hours of a foreign language in order to graduate. Learning another language is essential for everyone. To begin with, language is starting to spread very quickly with the use of the internet, more efficient travel. Also, studying a foreign language is unlike any class you will ever take. You're basically combining every subject you can learn into one, and it can broaden your horizons and what you know about the world. In addition, becoming bilingual could mean you make more money in the future. Studies have found that people who take foreign language are more likely to go to college. Lastly, if the United States does not incorporate more language into schools, we very well might fall behind other countries who do incorporate more foreign language into their coursework. If more funding were given to schools for their foreign language departments, test scores would rise and more children could communicate to a larger audience, and they could also be experienced to more career opportunities when they do become above age. Language is everywhere, and it is up to all of us if we're ready to understand it.